DJ, they both belong. Join the conference, it's gonna be lit. Curipod fam, you don't wanna miss it. In this digital age, we got them online. No need to travel, no waiting in line. From the comfort of home, our passion takes light. Afraid we divide us, but our heart bars are right. Can't attend live, don't let it dismay. Plays on the way, just a click, no delay. Curicon, the future's awesome. We're riding DJ, they both belong. Join the conference, it's gonna be lit. Curipod fam, you don't wanna miss it. So spread the word, let the assignment unfold. Curicon's the place, but teachers is our world. In the realm of art, together we'll find. Our Curicon, let make the future come alive. Our sound, we're riding GG, they both belong.
Welcome to day 4 of Curicon, and boy, do we have something extraordinary in store for you. I'm your host, Amanda Fox, and the Curipod community manager, who is also tongue-tied today. I have traded in my orange Curicon shirt for a Halloween-themed Curibot. This is really my human costume. It says this because, I did recently fail an authentication check the other day asking me to prove that I'm human, so it gave me the idea for my costume this year. Got a little Curibot here. Joining me and co-hosting is Erica Sandstrom, which will pop in. She's caught up in some Halloween traffic at the moment in downtown Peabody and in Massachusetts. She is my closer of each session, allowing me to pop in and out and launch the next one. So thanks, Erica. Kicking off today for our first session is none other than Leslie Fisher, known far and wide for her innovative approach to education and technology. Leslie is here to dazzle us with her wisdom, creativity, and passion, and things you don't know Curipod could do. We got the Leslie lens tonight. Following Leslie today is all about the E's. We have a lineup of exceptional presenters whose name all start with this magical letter. We didn't do that on purpose, but here we are. Get ready to be wowed by the brilliance of Iric, co-founder of Curipod, energized by the expertise of Erica Sandstrom, and enlightened by the insight of Eric Kurtz. So whether you're an educator seeking fresh inspiration or a tech enthusiast hungry for cutting-edge insights, you're in for a treat. So without further ado, let's bring up Leslie.
Yay! What a nice intro. Thank you, human.
Thank you. Yeah. So it's wonderful to have you on Curicon tonight or today or wherever you're tuning in from anywhere in the world. Let's see where our viewers are coming in from. We've got Helena from St. Croix. Let's see. Oh, gotta scroll. They're coming in fast. Argentina. Oscar from Texas. Amel from Algeria. We've got Elizabeth Pope back from Georgia. Jessica Adams from Georgia. Georgia has been representing. I'm excited.
Oh, that is so Georgia. That is so Georgia. And Georgia, see you next week.
That's right.
GATC.
Curipod and Leslie, both there.
Love
Stevie Frank. Let's see. Christy Cloud, another Georgia. Brenda, nice to see you from Michigan. We've got Chris from Colorado tuning back in. Oh, Bob Beach, who isn't a member of the Leslie Fisher fan club. I got my fan club, certificate about 10 years ago almost 10 years ago.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
March will be my 27th year of keynoting and feature speaking. And so more importantly, what I like to say is supporting educators, because that's what I do. I support educators. So I love to hear I'm watching the chat because I can see the chat from Facebook and the names that are popping up. So many of them I know, and we go way back, and it warms my heart to see you. And I see a couple new friends in there as well. So it's just awesome. So thank you for being here.
More Georgia. Oh, I'm from Georgia originally, so that like warms my little orange heart. Peach heart.
If you're not familiar, if you are in this event and you are not familiar with the beautiful conference that is GAETC, which is going to be next week in Atlanta, it is just a beautiful environment. It's my heart feels like home. when I'm at that conference, and it's just a beautiful time. So, and Georgia friends, I'm there for the weekend. So if you guys have some ideas, you just give me some ideas on what I should do there for the weekend. So.
Absolutely. Do you want to go ahead and queue up your presentation? I don't want to.
Oh, sure. You want me to? Well,
Awesome.
I was going to start in demo land. So I'm just going to go share my screen and say a quick hi. So do I just dive in?
You can do demo land. This is your show, Leslie. You run it how you want. It's going to be awesome.
First of all, let's give a big thanks to Amanda. She is on day 4 of doing this. Me and her go way back. I have a massive appreciation for her. She also supports educators. Anyone that supports educators is a friend of mine. Hi, everyone. So many names there I recognize. So many new names. If you're new to me. Hi, my name is Leslie Fisher. My company is lesliefisher.com. As I just mentioned, March will mark my 27th year of keynoting and feature speaking at education technology conferences. It's an absolute honor to support educators. I come out to this in a little bit of a different way. I actually was never a teacher in the classroom. Why? One of the reasons is I struggled all through school. I'm mildly dyslexic. I have a vision disorder. And it really wasn't until technology kind of popped that I realized I was a lifelong learner. And once I realized the difference technology made in my life, I ended up working for Apple for 10 years. And then I went straight into K-12 education. And it's just been my passion to share what I hope are cool, easy, quick, and effective things that an educator can use in the classroom to make it easy for the educator and also easy for the students. I'm a lifelong learner now, but I also know so many educators had to individualize their learning to help me even graduate through school. And I know the difference that made for me. Individualized learning is a lot of times a tough thing. I'm asking an educator to do things maybe 30 times differently for one group of students. And that's why I look at quick and easy. And this is where I'm going to get on my soapbox and talk about artificial intelligence. AI is an assistive tool. I cannot say that enough. AI is an assistive tool. The quality of the presentations that I put together are so much better because I am using artificial intelligence as my framework to help me design my content. I'm able to focus more on what I feel I do well, which is supporting you. And I'm not getting bogged down as much with working on the thing that I struggle the most, which is creating content. So when I saw Curipod, I met them at TCEA conference, February 2023. And I met, and I'm going to say their names wrong. I met Jens, and I'm not sure. And who's the other gentleman? Eric? Did I meet Eric? Okay. So I met the two of them and I was doing the closing keynote. I met them the night before and I took a chance on them and I put them in my closing keynote. And I said to them, I think you're on a rocket ship. And Stevie was there. Awesome. You were at the leftovers where we danced to the DJ. And I said, I think you're on a rocket ship. And it was really fun catching back up with them this summer. And I'm like, how are you? And they're like, it's been a rocket ship. So I'm super excited to share with you. There it is. I'm super excited. Have they always had the rocket ship, or was that added at some point?
You might have spawned that. No, it's always.
I was going to say, I think it was always there. I probably saw it. I probably saw it, and in my mind said you're on a rocket ship because I watched that little rocket spinning around all the time. So I'm going to, in our time together, I'm curious if you're in the YouTube chat. If you're new to Curipod, please say if you're brand new to Curipod. That's going to help me as I yammer a little bit. But what I want to do is I want to make sure that I cover some of the things you might know, but I just want to make sure you know about it. And then I also want to cover some of the things I think might surprise you. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to share my screen. And let me make sure I click all the things correctly. Let's come here. Let's come here. Let's come here. And I'm assuming we can share my screen. What's beautiful is I'm not used to having an Amanda here to help me. So I know brand new. Thank you, Lauren. Oh, cool. You know, I'm just gonna, in full disclosure, I'm gonna admit this right now. I have never used the video product that they're using, and I'm really digging it. This is like really cool. So let's dive in, my friends. Curipod will let you design an interactive lesson for your students that you can take in the classroom with your students. And it will use AI to help you formulate what you deliver in class. An important thing to mention, even with AI in general, you don't have to have AI do every single thing for you. You can actually take content that you have, and then you can apply it to AI. Don't get me started on AI. Well, in fact, you can get me started on AI, because I can talk to you about all the different ways that we can use AI to help facilitate your work as an educator. So I am currently in Curipod. It sounds like a lot of you have done some work, but for those of you that are brand new, this is Curipod. And what I'd like to do is I would like to show you some of the basics of creating a Curipod. And I am going to start with having AI do all the lifting for me, just so you can see that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move into using existing content within Curipod. And then we're going to use AI to even help us educate our students with the content that they might interact with in a Curipod. So let's get started. I'm right here. It says generate lesson with AI. And when I do that, you're going to notice it's saying, what do you want to do? Do you want to just do a quick activity? Keep that in mind. A lot of times people think about Curipod as making like a 12 slide presentation. I can come in here and just have it do one thing, easily do one thing. So keep that in mind. So you'll see I have those activities that I can do on the left side, but on the right side, you'll see where it says generate some slides for me, but I can also see where it says Curify my slides. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say generate my slides. And when I come in and say generate my slides, I don't know why I went with this example. I'm just going to go with it. I was thinking about what do I want to do a Curipod on? And I think it's really funny that when we talk about AI, I think sometimes the thing that we struggle the most with is getting the idea to place in there to get the AI result. We're going to talk about bricks, all about bricks. I think this happened because I got home late last night and one of the bricks on my patio had fallen and it was just sitting there all alone. Like, you've been out of town. This is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to leave your patio. So I'm going to talk about all about bricks. We're going to talk about it at a 5th grade level. Here's one of the things I want to point out. You'll notice that I can come in here and I could put in learning objectives and even standards. So if I had, for example, state standards that I wanted this to align to, I could put it right here into the learning objectives and standards. I'm just going to put in a couple things about bricks that I want to make sure the students will think about when they're going ahead and they're making this, interacting with this Curipod. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to click on Do Magic. Off goes the rocket. And it is going to come in here and it's going to generate a lesson for me, top to bottom, that has all about bricks. You're going to notice I have a word cloud. I have slides. I can click on each of these and it will come in and have content. Here's an open question. Here's a personalized feed. I have all of these options. If I don't like something, click on the 3 dots. We can delete it. Don't like the image, delete the image, head to the left, select a different media. You can easily do that. Let's talk about one of the first things you might not know. I'm going to use this slide as an example. I'm going to give you a little shortcut, and I would love to hear from you in the chat if it was I never thought about doing that. I'm going to guess some of you in this chat might not have English as your first language. You might have multiple languages represented in your classroom. And that's where it starts to get a little bit interesting. So what I did here is I came in here and I duplicated these 2 questions. So 8 and 9 are right now exactly the same. It's just an easy way to be able to show this off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here to one of the questions. And just so you know, you can change any question it creates for you. I'm going to add in here some subheader text. And I'm going to come back to this one and I'm going to scroll to the left and I'm going to click on translate. If you have multiple languages in your class, you can add multiple languages to a slide in Curipod. So I'm going to come in here and let's select Portuguese. And I'm going to say, translate this slide to Portuguese. It's going to translate it. Now I'm just going to be sneaky and copy it. And I'm going to paste it right here. And next thing you know, I now have 2 different languages on this slide. Is there a third language? I can go in there and I can add the third language. I can add multiple languages. So all of a sudden, all of the different languages I might have in my class are able to take a look at one Curipod slide, and they're able to interact with it. So I'm curious if that was new for anyone, but I just think it's a beautiful way. And when we look at artificial intelligence in general, one of the things that it does so well is it does translation, which is so cool. Now, let's act like we've gone through here and we've looked at this and we're happy with what we're seeing, but maybe we want a couple little things to be added to it. I'm going to come in here and you'll see where it says add new. And when I click on add new, you're going to notice that I have 2 options at the top. I can look and say generate with AI. I could also say create your own. So I'm going to click where it says generate with AI, and you're going to notice that the topics it offers is introduction, content, SEL, fun, exit tickets, ELA, and personalized feedback. So it's taking that idea of where we just Curipod and the entire presentation. Now I can actually just ask it one question. So if I look through here, you'll notice there's discussion questions, there's check-ins, there's a mini project, a write, read, repeat. We can do facts. Here's an exit ticket. Here's drawing with a prompt. We can keep coming through here. One of my favorites in general for AI are real world examples. I hear this so many times from educators where someone says, how would I use this in the real world? And that's always an interesting kind of on your toes question when you get asked it. I will show this when I demo AI all the time. When will I use this in the real world? So I'm going to click here and I'm going to click on real world examples. What's the content? Where might you, how might you use bricks? If you're new to me, I never do a specific, like I don't pre-put content in. It just hurts my head, I think, as a struggling learner to try to remember what I was going to put in the prompt. For example, when you saw me paste that content, I did just that. I pasted it. So I always just kind of make things up on the fly, which I think is entertaining sometimes for you. At least I hope it is. So you'll notice it says example, building a garden path, building a brick pathway. So I'm just going to go with one of these and I'm going to click it. Using bricks, you can create a beautiful garden path in your backyard. Lay the bricks in a pattern on the ground so to make a decorative pathway for everyone to walk on. There is your real world scenario right there. So I'm able to add real world scenarios into this. And if we come back to the add new, we'll come back here to the add new. Sorry, come here. I can come in here and I can, it's asking to do it. Oh, there we go. Back to generators. I get caught sometimes. Apologies. So I clicked on back to generators and you can see some of the things in here. So you can have Curipod do everything for you. You can have it start with everything for you. And then you can come in here and you can take a look at some of the really cool things that they have. And you can click on it and then you can add that item and you can have AI create that for you as well, which I think is just simply beautiful. So let me jump out of here. And when I jump out of here, I want to create a different lesson for you. So one of the things I did is I created a presentation about bricks. So there is my super exciting Google slideshow all about bricks. And so what I'm going to do, or what I did, is I actually went in here and I downloaded it as a PDF file. So yeah, Hollis, you're late. Better late than never. I always say this when I'm presenting. I'd rather have you for some of the presentation than none of the presentation. If you're ever in a presentation with me and you show up late or you have to leave early, I'm just glad you were there for some of it. So it's all wonderful. And you could watch it on YouTube or Facebook or later on. Okay. So Ashley, welcome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and you're going to see one of the options is generate with AI is Curify my slides. This gets back to the point I was making earlier of if a topic is new to you, you can have AI generate it completely. But if you already have existing content, as an educator, I bet you have lots of content out there. you can go in there and you can say, hey, take my slide presentation and add AI to it. Give me more content. Look at that content and give me more ideas. So I am going to click here where it says upload your slides. I'm going to keep that grade level to 5th grade. I'm going to take the PDF that I made of my Google Slides. I'm going to click open. And now Curipod is going to Curify it. It is going to look through it, and it is going to put those slides into my Curipod, but it is going to add additional slides that go along with it. So, and here we go. So here are the slides. I can look at each of them. Maybe I don't want to add all of them. Maybe I want to add all of them. So I'll come in here and I'll say add all 10. And now those slides are in the presentation. Do they look a little bit different because I created this one and Curipod created that one? Sure. But if you've been in Curicon, you probably know that I can come in here and I can change the background look of these slides with no problem. If you look to the left, you're going to see this is where you could upload some images. You can edit the activity. These little guys will actually also let you edit each activity on the slide. Add text, which you saw me do earlier. Put in media. Come in here and put in elements. Change the background. And I already showed you translate, which a lot of times, because translate's at the bottom, I think a lot of times people miss that it's there. So now, not only do I have the content that I worked on, I also have AI generated content directly from Curipod, and all of the same rules apply. If I didn't want one of the slides, I can delete it. If I want to duplicate it, I can duplicate it. If I want to add various languages to a slide, I can absolutely do that as well. So once again, you can have Curipod design everything for you A to Z. Or you could have maybe half of something represented, and you can then add your own content with Curifying your slides. Cami, I was thinking the same thing. I once again, Curipod hasn't whispered in my ear, but I was like, man, how cool would it be to have like a straight dump into Google Slides? Let's just fun. Let's crowdsource this. Who here in this webinar or this moment? Who here would love a direct feed from Google Slides directly into Curipod, or like a Curipod extension? Once again, I've never said anything to them about this. I don't want to get in trouble with Curipod. So if they're like, no, Leslie, I never said anything. Hey, look at that. Oh, this is beautiful. We have inside information. Did you guys see that? Amanda, you should go back and highlight that one. You know what I'm talking about, right? So there we go. So yeah, so someone already said something from Curipod, which is great. Yay! All right, so sorry, moving on. For my friends that are new to Curipod, yeah, there you go. Jolene saw it. For my friends that are new at Curipod, I hope you're getting some ideas here on how it can make things super streamlined, how you could create multiple Curipods, and then also how it could help those individual learners that might have multiple that speak a different language than you might speak as your main language. So I'm going to click on home. And how much time do I have left? 6 minutes. Gosh, can I pull this off in 6 minutes? This is my ponder face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another lesson. And when I create this other lesson, I'm going to go straight to create your own. Yes, Curipod says yes. I like this. I have a bunch of Curipod people in here. Like I've already seen like 4 of you chime in. So we've done the generate with AI. We did the full Curipod. We did the partial Curipod, and we did Curify my slides with AI. So now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say create your own. My mind needs to tell you it's very important that I could have clicked on this create your own and placed it into that other content. Even if I had that 10 slide presentation that I made earlier entirely with AI, I could come here and say, create your own. I could absolutely do that. So you can make it a hodgepodge of all of these. So I'm going to click here on create your own. And I am going to just show you a couple choices. We have here an open question. We have here a drawing. We have a poll. We have a word cloud. And then we even have AI feedback. fact, what I want to do is I'm going to put in a would you rather. So I'm going to put in a would you rather, and I'm going to put in the content of bricks. Let's just see what it says. And so we're going to add this. Do I get in trouble if I go 2 minutes over? Anyone from Curipod? Would you rather have a house made entirely of Legos or a house made entirely of chocolate bricks? I'm going with that as our would you rather. Curipod says take as long as you want. So how about, I don't know, we go till 8, 9. I'm kidding on that one. So I'm now going to add another slide. And now this time I'm going to go, how do we feel? How do we feel about drawing something? Are we up for doing a little squiggling? So I'm going to come in here. We're going to add a drawing slide. And I'm going to ask you to draw a house. And we'll do that as one of the questions. And then we're going to come in here to this Taco Gator. There's someone who is absolutely, Jessica, of course, is at GAETC. So the third thing we're going to do is I'm going to mention, because a lot of times, if you know me, you know that I will talk to companies like Curipod, and I'm always trying to get the good word out about them. And one of the questions I ask them is, what is one feature that is in Curipod that people sometimes do not realize is in Curipod? And they mentioned this feature to me. And as I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, I can show it on my own, but I think it would be more interesting if we tried to do this. And if we crash and burn because I click on something wrong, I'll obviously talk us through it. And so what I want to show you is AI feedback. So let me remind you where we are. I am in create my own slide. And in create my own slide, there is AI feedback. So I'm going to click here, and I'm curious how many of you have not seen this AI option yet. What this is going to do is I'm going to create a question to ask you. So this would be the same as you asking your students. And then what I can do is I can have AI help create my reply to the student. So what really helps anything in AI is the prompt. Give it a little assist, and then it's going to go on. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to come in here for answer explanation. And I'm going to say that our answer explanation is students should include an explanation, use good grammar, and complete sentences. And I'm going to say, where might you see bricks in the real world? And then that is going to be our AI feedback question. So what will happen is if you take this Curipod with me, it will go in, and when you type it in, it is going to use AI feedback to generate a reply to that student. And if I click on the things correctly, I will then be able to edit those responses if I want to. Okay, so I'm hoping this is making sense to everyone. I'm heading back to that first question, which is our would you rather. You don't have to participate. Totally don't have to participate. But if you do, why don't you join me? I'm going to click on present. So when I click on present, if you have not taken a Curipod before, or if you haven't presented one, let me show you what you do. You're going to notice there's a join code right up here. But if I click here, it 452374, and then you see the QR code. I will see your real names when you put this in here. So just in case. And I'm also curious. I'm curious if for some of you, this is your first Curipod. I would love to find out that we have someone here that's totally new to this. Also, I like the fact that we have an excited pizza, a walking android, a brave beach, a running sea. A lot of you are some pretty amazing people just by looking at how you're logging into this. This makes me a fun, a happy kid. I'd ask if anyone is still trying to log in, but a lot of times this will take a couple moments. There might be a little lag in the chat. So this is where I'm going to start counting you down. And if you're hearing me and I'm going to start counting, it might be a little bit too late for you to join. But here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So now here's the thing right now. If you're the 19 or so that are in here, and you're looking at your device, you're not looking at this question. And the reason you're not looking at this question is this is our moment to collaborate together. When I was chatting with Curipod, one of the interesting things they said to me is we went through an interesting few years, and they're really working on bringing back that dynamic of us being together, us being in a room together where we're all looking at the same screen together. This is that teacher moment. This is when that educator can start explaining something or telling a story, and the students are talking even before they get the option to answer. And I love that. I absolutely love that, because the teacher gets to be the teacher with their teacher voice. The students get to be the students. They get to be inquisitive. And then the educator will ask the question. So we just had our chat about what would you rather have, Lego bricks or a house made entirely of chocolate bricks. I'm going to click the play. All of a sudden, your screen is going to change. And you are now going to be able to vote on this. You'll notice that I can see in the lower right corner that I can see how many of you so far have answered. And if you look at the very lower corner, you're going to see a countdown. That countdown is going to let me know I have 40 seconds left. Most of you have already answered. So I want to point out, if I click this little stop sign, that immediately takes the rest of the time away. And let's see how many we have. Wow, this surprises me. I thought more would want a house made of chocolate bricks. Maybe they're thinking of living in the Lego bricks house. I don't know. But let me point out, as the educator, I'm surprised. So one of the things I can do is I can come here to the cog. And when I click in the cog, I want to ask a follow-up question. We won't do this because of time's sake, but this is another great thing about Curipod. It all of a sudden, based on your answers, I feel I need to ask a poll or a word cloud or another open question or personalized feedback or a drawing. I can do this directly in the Curipod that I am sharing with this class. And I think that's a beautiful feature. So there's one more thing that I want to point out in this little code here. I have the option, and I clicked it quick, to go into moderation view. This is an important point that I want to make. You normally would not want to show the moderation view on the same screen. This is not something you probably would want to do in your class. This is a second monitor that this might be on. This might be a mobile device, but I need to see this I want you to see this for the teacher side of the house. So that's why I'm displaying it. So I just want to make sure, raise your hands and say, I understand that the minute I click on moderation view, it should not be on the same screen as the screen that I am giving a Curipod to my students. So I just want to make sure we're cool with that. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the next question, and I'm going to ask you to draw a house. Yeah, I agree. The Hollis command was pretty funny. I would probably chew on my house. So I'm going to click here on OK, and now I'm beginning to watch people draw their houses. Everyone so far is being really good with their drawings. If one of you wasn't, and thank you for being really good with your drawings, this is awesome. This is like, Jessica, you're drawing you're drawing a castle, I think that looks like. If I was not happy with one of yours, but everyone's doing some really nice house drawing, I can click on dismiss, and I can hide that from everyone else seeing it. So I could come in here, I could keep looking at your houses. If I really liked one house, Jessica, you are going to town. So I can even come in here and go, look at Jessica's work. This is great. Now, I'm seeing the full name because remember, I am in moderator view. So this would normally be like Happy Android. And once again, the students wouldn't even see this. I'm in moderator view on the left side, and you'll understand in a moment why I'm in that moderation view. I'm going to go ahead and click the timer on you. We could, even if we wanted to, we could do voting and see how we're going to do. Once again, I'm already going over on time a little bit, so I'm going to say skip voting. And so I now have all the different pictures of the house. and I can click on one. It says hide me. I would not hide you. That's so cute. It says hide me. Oh, I bet you this is someone saying like intentionally hide me, but it's okay. I forgot to actually do that. So, all right. So there we have the drawing. You guys did it. You guys did a great job there. So now let's go to the AI feedback question. So I'm going to move to this one. Where might you see bricks in the real world? So I'm going to click on play. I also love the fact that we have more people now in the Curipod now than we did earlier, which I love to see. That to me says engaged educators. I absolutely love to see that. Once again, if you're just logged in, I'm in moderator view. You normally would not see this on the same screen with the Curipod, but I want you to be able to see this as the educator that you are. So that's why I have that screen showing. Normally, this would probably be on my iPhone, my iPad, or a computer. And Curipod gives you a really easy way to grab that QR code to be able to do that. You have 10 seconds left, my friends. Beautiful. So now what you're going to see is I can come in here. Once again, this is why I'm doing it this way. I can come in here. I'll make the screen a little bit bigger. And I have these answers. And remember, I put in some parameters for this. So I can come in here now as the educator, and I can say generate feedback. And when it says generate feedback, it is going to use AI, and it is going to use AI based on the parameters also that I added for that they should include an explanation, use good grammar, and complete sentences. And you're going to see how, for those that didn't use complete sentences, so we have one that did a fantastic job because they made a complete sentence. This person, thank you for not making a complete sentence. So it will give polite content of explaining this. And the other thing I can do, Frick, I can come in here and say edit. And I'm just going to do this just so you can see. Hey, Frick. And so I, as the educator, I could add extra to that AI feedback. And when I'm happy with it, I'm good to go. I'm going to then close this up. Once again, you should never have that on the same screen, but we're in teaching mode. And I'll now say give the feedback. And all of you should now have that feedback. Did we enjoy taking our Curipod? I'm going to click and I'm going to say end the lesson. A couple things before our time separates us from each other. But once again, I think I have some friends that are new to me here. I think Curipod has done a good job of sharing my website. I do webinars. I talk about things like Curipod all the time. I'm a lifelong learner, and I would love to keep learning with you. So you have all these ways if you wanted to. I'm on Facebook and all that stuff. So, but let's finish with this. Here are the results. So I could dig in here more if I wanted to, and I could see all these results. I could share them. I could also export them if I wanted to export them in an Excel spreadsheet. When I click on the home icon, you're going to see that I can even see this entire Curipod. And I have the option, if I wanted to share this Curipod with someone else. So I can share that Curipod. And before I let you go, I want to make sure that you know the Discover tab. In the Discover tab, you will see your fellow educator creating Curipods that you can use on your own as well. I kept you 10 extra minutes, but I hate to say that's my MO, because once I get going, I just want to keep sharing and I want to keep helping and educating you. I saw a lot of names that I knew in here, and I saw a lot of new names. I now see Erica. I just want to say thank you for sharing part of your day with me, and I really appreciate it. So.
You are so amazing. I chimed in late. I was trying to get home from school, and they had a Halloween parade through the town I took in. But I was like, I can't miss Leslie. I can't miss Leslie.
Thank you.
Yeah, you said so much cool stuff. I'm glad you reminded me about the standards in there and the translate option. I forget about that sometimes, and just on and on and on. And everybody here is so. I mean, look at the comments. So, but you do have to pick a winner for a. prize pack. So
Oh, I do?
Yeah, you can help me.
I have to go with the guy who said that who talked to him. He came in late, admitted he came in late, apologized for coming in late, and then zinged us with the chocolate houses. So where are you? It's Hollis.
Name Hollis. Hollis
Yeah.
and Rudiger.
Yeah, Hollis. It's Hollis. I think
Hollis.
most people would agree that Hollis deserves the award.
All right. Well, we love him, and he needs to email. We'll tell Amanda as well, but Amanda@curipod.com. And it's always great to see you. Are you going to be at GAE, or I can't remember all the letters?
I'm going to be at GAETC. I'm flying out on Tuesday. 12 sessions. And for those of you that aren't getting the GATC or another conference I'll be at in the future, like TCEA or FETC or McCall or NC Ties, I don't know if that's been announced yet, so maybe I never said anything. If you can't get to any of those, let's learn together online. Let's learn together with Curipod.
Hollis is a she. Sorry, Hollis.
Hollis, so sorry. Hollis, forgive me.
So sorry about that.
I know. Now I feel really bad. Hopefully Hollis will forgive us.
Yes. We're forgiven. We're forgiven.
Yeah.
No,
that's great Hollis humor right there. I could be any gender from these. I would have promised.
Aren't you a keynote down in Atlanta, or a featured speaker? I'm not sure what.
Usually featured speaker.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm excited to see you, and I'm excited for all these sessions, and I can't wait to go back and watch the rest of yours that I missed in the beginning. So next we're up with Amanda and Eric from Curipod. Actually already started the craft.
I guess this is where I say leave studio. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.
Bye, Leslie. Thank you. So next with Amanda and Eric, the Craft of Curiosity, Curipod Pedagogy. I can't say it. So jump on over to them, and we will see you soon. I'll be back at 6 myself to present. And thank you for being here. That was a good one. And we're finding the outro. Oh my goodness. Stream overlay. Yeah, there it is. See you later, everybody.
Curicon, the future's awesome. We're riding TG, they both belong. Join the conference, it's gonna be lit. Curipod fam, you don't wanna miss it. So spread the word, let the assignment unfold. Curicon's the place, but teachers is our world. In the realm of light, together we'll find. Our Curicon, let make the future come alive.